Welcome to Business 4108 Corporate Finance. I'm your instructor, Doug, or Dr. Douglas Rice, or Professor Rice, or whatever you want to call me. It doesn't really matter. So I just wanted to walk through the overview here of what's going on in class and give you some highlights that are kind of hard to read in text. Make sure you're on board and up and running as soon as possible. And it's probably easier to watch the video than it is to sort through all of the information there. So I'll just walk you through it really easy here. There's a couple of very important things. I'm going to start with one at the beginning. You can see over here that I've given you my cell phone number that has text. And text is the most important thing in this class because I'm available to you 24/7, 365. So do not hesitate to text me at any time. Obviously, you're all on different calendars. I'm on West Coast time, but that doesn't mean I won't get to you on an odd hour. I've had students text me at 2:30 in the morning and get a reply, so you never know. So don't hesitate to text me. That is the most direct, most convenient, easiest way to get a hold of me. Obviously, it's isolating to be into an online course. I try to make that as much or as easy as I possibly can, as much as I can. And so don't hesitate. 510-754-7271. Almost every student eventually at one point or another ends up texting me. I am always available to you. So here's why I do this. And it's not because I'm a glutton for punishment. It's because when you're doing homework in this class, the managerial accounting class, and other classes, and you have a question, it obviously, or not obviously, but it can stop you from doing the rest of your homework. So this is very troubling because if you don't get the answer, or you don't get an answer for half a day, or you don't get an answer for a day, you've got to stop all your work. And students obviously cram everything into the end of when everything's due, and then they can't get an answer. So this is a problem. Therefore, technology has given us this great tool of texting, so you can ask me a quick question, I can give you a quick answer, and you can keep working on your homework. That's the idea. So I found it to be very helpful for my on-ground students as well as my online students. Don't hesitate to text me. The second thing is I'll go through the announcements and news. I don't usually post anything under announcements and news. You can if you want. It's an available topic for you. I use the course wall to grab your attention if I need to post something with regard to an announcement or some such thing. I will post this video under videos from your instructor. If I have another one, I'll post it there too. There's a ton of videos in this course. You'll see me, I don't look like this anymore, but this is an older picture, but you'll see me plenty, so you don't need to see me now. So this video will be in here. The welcome is straightforward. The objective is to get you to be able to make decisions about conducting business. There's formulas, there's mathematical models. Obviously, you're going to need Excel. This is a math-driven course, and I know some of you are math-phobic. Don't worry about it. I've dealt with math-phobic students for a long time, and we will get through this. Most of you have already taken managerial accounting and realized that you can get through this, and you will get through this too. This course does move quickly because it's 7 weeks, and we know how fast that moves, so don't get behind. You've got to stay on top of it. I can't urge you enough to stay right on top of it. Plan your schedules accordingly. It'll be over before you know it, but you got to dig in right from the beginning. I put all the hard stuff up front. All the hard stuff in this class is up front, starting week 1, day 1, let's go. So be ready to hit the ground running. Text is the fastest. I talked to you about that. So you aren't alone. This isn't a correspondence course. I'm one text away 24/7, 365. Syllabus. The syllabus is pretty straightforward. The description from the course catalog is we consider the valuation of assets and the general problems of asset acquisition, financing, and evaluation of corporate finance performance, etc. The real purpose is there's 3 things that go on in corporate finance. One is we have to decide what long-term funding is needed. How much money do we have to bring in? And then how do we bring it in? So do we bring it in as debt? Did we borrow the money? Or does it come in as equity or ownership? Did the owners put in their own money? So that's 2 different things. How much and then what type? Did we borrow it or did we invest our own money or other people's money in the form of stock or equity? And then, of course, how to manage the ongoing financial operations, money coming in, money going out, working capital, etc. And so we look at these three different things in several different ways. We're going to start with the most important thing, which is the time value of money, TVM, time value of money. There is nothing more important in finance or in money or in any of the money financial areas of the world than time value of money. It is the cornerstone of finance, and you absolutely have to have a solid understanding of it. Now, having said that, I've taught this to fourth grade students. I've taught it in hair salons to hairstylists. I've taught it to all kinds of people. There is nothing complicated about it. I will make it incredibly easy for you with the videos and the work. So it's not hard. However, you absolutely positively have to do it, and you have to think through it. And once you get it, you'll go, okay, I get this. This is really easy. And by the third, fourth week when you're doing homework, you'll go, oh, this is so simple. It's unbelievable. So you will get it, but it's very important you get it. This will help you make decisions on things like buying a stock or selling a stock. It'll help you understand the pricing of bonds. It'll be on the go or no-go decision on expansion of a project. You'll be able to value a company and whether a stock is overpriced or underpriced. Finances, where the rubber meets the road. And so hopefully we're going to give you some traction for your future decision making. Also, we have a lesson in this which is called what I call critical thinking. It's a current event, so you're going to be tying in current event into the course material. So this is a wonderful opportunity to see your lessons actually out in the world in practice and discuss the financial world around you. I think it's a wonderful way to build all kinds of skills. It'll build your writing skills, it'll build your critical thinking skills, it'll build your presentation skills and your spreadsheet skills. There's lots of skill building in this course, and hopefully that'll stick with you even though some of the content may fade. Learning outcomes, we've got a couple: solve problems, prepare financial problems, critical thinking, analyze the situation, and of course we've got our hallmarks. We love the NDNU hallmarks. That is what separates us from everyone else. Math is math, and we put our own little spin on it with the hallmarks and our view on things. Course materials, you need the textbook. I strongly urge you to rent it and not buy it. You're not going to keep it. You're going to give it back. The fourth edition is the one we'll be assigning problems out of. So if you've got a different edition or you buy a different edition, the problems will be slightly different, which is a problem. So you're going to have to get the problems from me or from someone else. But you're gonna need the textbook. I wish there was an easier way to do it, but there isn't. And of course, you need Excel or Google Sheets. Google Sheets is the free online version of a spreadsheet program. You could use other spreadsheet programs if you want. I don't really care what spreadsheet you use, but you're going to need one of them, and you're going to need to be familiar with them. Assessment and grading, everybody wants to know about this. So as you know, if you took a class before me, I grade pretty easy. I need you to do the work. I'm not nitpicky about being off just slightly in some of the calculations. There's lots of reasons for that. One of the most important things that I think is really important is the discussion question, the real world critical thinking thing. You're going to start that on Wednesday and chime in and discuss it through the weekend. Homework assignments, you're going to be doing a few calculation problems and so on during the week. And then, of course, by Sunday, you'll get a quiz, which is usually one problem, two problems, something straightforward where you just test yourself, like, did I get this right? And then there's a project. There's a 4-week project, very much like managerial accounting, if you just took that, where you have a project and you are going to do an analysis as if you were handing it into a CEO or a supervisor in some way, and you're going to write them a memo and you're going to summarize your analysis and pull that together for them. There's a reflection in here so we can make sure we're on the same page. Grades, the discussions, homework, quizzes, and so on are reflected here. As you can see, it's broken up pretty well. So if you do the work portion of it, you're gonna pass the class. Any kind of project at all is gonna get you a reasonable amount of points. Even if you don't do well in the final exam, you'll do fine on the course. The second thing that I would like to mention about the grading is, remember, you're in grad school. Grades are not that crucial. Don't sweat 1 point here or there. I don't grade very difficult. I don't know how the other professors do it, but I wouldn't be sweating grades. I would be trying to learn things that you can apply in your life. For example, time value of money will teach you how to create your own financial plan. It'll teach you how to figure out how much money you need for retirement. It'll teach you how much you need to save for your child's education, or how much a loan payment is on a house, how much you can afford in a house. It's a fantastic tool for all of your personal finance as well. So I would be more concerned, if I were you, about applying these tools in my life than I would about these particular points. Attendance is 7 weeks. You got to be here. Don't think about late assignments. Just get them in. If you have a problem, let me know. I know it says no late assignments will be accepted, blah, blah, blah. That's my big scary writing there. And most of you know I'm not a big scary person. So I might be big, but I'm not a big scary person. Academic honesty. I have had a couple of situations where I almost want to cry. I had 2 graduate students in a class of 15 students that wrote exactly word for word the same essay answers on their exam, and I just wanted to cry. I just, like, why in the world would you cheat on an exam? Just write an essay, write your own essay. It doesn't make any sense. Please, please, please don't cheat. Just do your own work. It's really, it's not only are you cheating you, but man, it's so disrespectful to your professor. I mean, imagine my position when I've got to call you on cheating. Oh God, I hate doing that. Please, please, please be honest. APA, I hate APA. You've probably noticed that from the other class. APA is wonderful if you're going to do research projects for scholarly incorporation into a journal. No one in business cares about that. So if you wrote the Google algorithm in lipstick on the box, on a pizza box, you would still be a billionaire. So the idea of putting 1-inch margins around things and so on doesn't make much sense to me in business. However, communication is crucial. Writing well is crucial. Presenting yourself in a positive light is crucial. So while APA guidelines, 1-inch margins, etc., are not necessarily my favorite thing, communicating well in writing is, and you will see that throughout the course and in the project. So the guidelines are slightly different, and I have a writing section here for you to read or to watch, which will help you with your memos and your writing in business. Obviously, if any of you have disabilities or need assistance in any way, I will do whatever I can to help you in any way I can. And that even if you don't have a disability, if you have anything that you want me to be aware of, just let me know. I would be more than willing to accommodate you in any way I can. Okay, so that's the syllabus. Course schedule is pretty straightforward. You've got reading and a ton of videos. I've got 10, 12, 15 videos every week. They're short. They're 5 to 7 minutes, hopefully. There maybe a couple of them are longer than that, but most of them aren't. So they're not too bad to watch. I know you get tired of looking at me in the slides and stuff, but it kind of helps, I think, to have some voice to it, which is why I'm doing this video instead of just letting you read the syllabus. Graded activities, there's 2, 3, 4 things a week. They're not very many points. An introduction, you're just going to introduce yourself. That'd be easy. Current event, week 1 will be easy. The homework is a few problems. Actually, this first week, because it's time value of money, the homework is important and the quiz is important because I want you to get off to the first start. So you can see the textbook reading in chapters 1, 2, and 3 doesn't come until week 2. We jump right into chapter 4. Why? Because I only have 7 weeks with you. And 7 weeks with you means I got to put all the tough stuff, and that's not really tough, but all the very, very important stuff that I want to make sure you get in week 1. And that way you've got 6 weeks to keep reapplying it. So week 2 will be financial statements. You've got some of that into managerial accounting already. That's easy. And then we start applying our time value money into week 3, which is bonds. And you can see we've just got 2, 3, 4 assignments. And basically every week is a current event, few homework problems, and you have a project and a quiz that you're going to work on. The project is like it was in managerial accounting, step by step. So it's not a lot every week, but at the end, the project is done. If I just give you a project and announce it and then wait for it to be at the end, I end up with really bad projects. So I need to see them week by week. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. So you get in a little routine here for the next 7 weeks, and you will do awesome, as many of you did in managerial accounting. Course schedule, student lounge. I don't go in there. Asking instructor. I might go in there. I left it because it was built into the course. But the best way to ask an instructor anything, me as the instructor, is to get to my text and just text me. It's so much easier. So that's it. That's basically the course. The primary communication is the texting. I will be chiming in a lot on your critical thinking and your articles. There's an example in week 1, which I'll get to in a different video. You won't be alone in this course. Far more input from me than managerial accounting. The ethics questions were pretty straightforward in managerial accounting. And this is so varied. I would love to drag this into managerial accounting somehow. If I can figure out a way, I would try to. It's just there's no managerial accounting issues that you could really bring in. But I think you'll really like that discussion because it just goes all over the place. It'll be really fun. So that's what's going on here. If anybody has any questions, you know how to get a hold of me, 510-754-7271. Text me anytime. If you do not have the book for the first week, don't sweat it. The first week on time value of money, I've got videos and I've got my own write-up on how to think about time value of money. So if you didn't get the book, don't spend extra on shipping. Week 2 is fine for the book. And I'll try to get that in an email to you as well. So you know how to get a hold of me. You got an idea of what's going on in the course. It should be a fun course. It'll be a fast course. This really is where the rubber meets the road in business, because now we're going to start making financial decisions. We're going to talk about all of the aspects of starting a business and valuing a business and expanding a business. And all of that always revolves around money. The primary driver of for-profit businesses is profit, which is money driven, and capital. Another word for capital is money. So we are capitalists, so we are moneyists. And so this will be a wonderful addition to your MBA program, and certainly something important for you to grasp in the time value of money, but also the way that risk and reward play into making decisions. So a lot of decision making, a lot of very good business stuff here. So you know how to get hold of me. Don't hesitate, and I will see you in